Okay, joining us today to hear about Heart of Illinois Big Brothers Big Sisters are Hannah Daly and Jillian GD. Hannah serves as the Community Outreach Director and has been with her agency for nearly 8 years. She grew up in the Peoria area and attended ISU before joining the Big Brothers Big Sisters team. Jillian is the Development and Communications Manager and has been with the agency for 2 years. She moved to the Peoria area from Chicago nearly 3 years ago and previously attended Baylor University. Both Hannah and Jillian are proud big sisters to teenage girls in the program, which fuels their passion and commitment to expanding the program's reach and impact for youth in our community. Welcome.
Hello. First of all, it's just so fun to be up here on the speaker side of everything. So yeah, I'm really excited to tell you guys more today about what we're doing at Heart of Illinois Big Brothers Big Sisters and the impact that mentoring makes on our community. So to begin, I just want to introduce Hannah and I. So my name is Jillian Guede. I am the Development and Communications Manager, and I'm a big sister in the program. So this is a picture of me and my little, who's not so little. She's taller than me, but she's 14. We've been matched for 2 years, and it's been a joy to watch her grow and just be by her side.
Hello, everyone. My name's Hannah Daly. As introduced, I am the Community Engagement Director. I'm really excited to be here today. This meeting so far is going really well. You guys have made me laugh a lot today. So this is my little sister, Aubrey. She is actually much more grown up compared to that photo, but her and I have been matched in the community-based program for almost 8 years since I've been with the agency. So really great experience being her big sister and being able to see her grow into the young almost adult that she is today. I want to start off with a little video. If this will work, if not, it's okay. But we can kind of talk about at the beginning just kind of what Big Brothers Big Sisters is, just for those of you that are not, super familiar with us. Most of you probably have heard of us from before. We are a national organization. So Big Brothers Big Sisters started off as one-to-one youth mentoring, and we've kind of grown to expand that. So we've grown into more of like a group mentoring style and things like that. Do you want to continue with the history too?
Yeah, so 120-ish years ago, Big Brothers Big Sisters of America was launched by a bunch of judges and lawyers who were sick of seeing kids go through the juvenile justice system. So they said there's got to be something different that we could do, and what they came up with was having that one-to-one mentoring relationship. And the impact has been powerful. Watching youth numbers decline of youth going through the juvenile justice system and be more empowered to go to college, pursue education, get more connections for networks beyond that. And so that was 1905 that was created. Big Brothers, and then in, I want to say the 40s, they joined a group of women and formally became Big Brothers Big Sisters.
But it's not giving me a link to even go to it.
It's been
I don't even know where to go.
Exciting ever since. We started in the Peoria area about 45 years ago.
There's nothing on the page
now,
to click
1980.
on.
And so we've been able to impact thousands of youth in our community over that time, and have established ourselves as just an organization that is able to meet the needs of youth in many different ways. As Hannah was saying, we added that group mentoring program, which has been an amazing way to meet kids on the wait list. So if they are waiting for that one-to-one mentor, they have a lot of fun together in a group with a couple of key volunteers, and it's been fun to kind of navigate, be flexible. How can we help as best we can?
My name is Kendall Creighton. I'm matched with Jacoby. We've been matched for about 2 years now. When I met Jacoby for the first time, I was a little nervous. Felt like we were like on a blind date or something like that. I was like, hey, I hope he likes me, and we were kind of nervous at first, but Nari was there. She was kind of telling me about him. I was like, okay, cool, I think we'll get along. He likes video games, this and that. So when I left his house, felt like I had a new brother, a new little brother. So it was fun.
It was this one day, I was having trouble at school. My mom came across the paper and she was like, Kobe, you should try this. It took me a little bit because I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I was like, I'm just over it. I'm done with it, everything. I ended up saying, okay, I'm gonna try it. And it ended up being like great and amazing, meeting Kendall. And I love him now.
The main thing I guess I enjoy about us is just how just candid we could be and just how laid back we are when we're together, you know, whether we're talking about sports or video games or just life.
I enjoy his personality. He's funny, he's kind, and he's giving, and he can teach you a lot. So it has made me feel more happier and trusting towards people.
So going into this program, I didn't expect that I would actually enjoy it as much as I do. You know, and actually like look forward to like hanging out with Jacoby. If we're not meeting up in person, we might be able to meet up on Fortnite or something or play some games online and things like that. So it feels like, you know, like I got a new little brother, a new friend, you know.
I am definitely better than Kendall at video games. Kendall has helped me with communicating and learning how to connect more with people because I am not a communicative person.
Someone told me one of the best forms of leadership is mentorship. So if you really want to give back to the community and give back to the next generation, step up, step in, and see what you can do to help make a difference.
I could see myself becoming big in the future because I want to help someone feel like I did.
My little has made an impact on my life because he's taught me to enjoy the little things in life, you know. When I'm with him and I'm talking about business and stuff and business ideas for him, you know, for his future, he was like, you know what, we'll worry about that later. Right now, I'm gonna just enjoy being a kid. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Sometimes you just gotta enjoy being a kid.
I'll say try it. You might be able to find things that you like more because you go out to different places which are big and learn how to trust more and be able to communicate more and find more skills in yourself that you haven't found out before.
The staff at Big Brothers Big Sisters, you guys are great and you guys were very adamant about it. It took about a year or so convincing, but I finally decided to do it, you know, making up excuses like, oh, it's too busy, this and that. And in reality, could have started way sooner. So I appreciate you guys for being patient with me and you know, and pushing me to do it because it's been amazing. So I love it.
Thank you for having us, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, Heart of Illinois.
So as you can see, that was our 2025 Big and Little Brother of the Year this past year. They're an outstanding match just to really show their story and exactly what we do as a youth serving organization involving youth mentoring. So Jacoby's come an extremely long way. He's improved his academics tremendously, and Kendall is just really working to expose him to new opportunities. Okay, moving on to, there we go, okay. So our mission is to create and support one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. Our goal is that, or our slogan is that we are defenders of potential. So our program really just focuses on defending the potential of the youth in our community that we know that they all have.
So as already mentioned previously, but this is a national organization. We're a local affiliate, and it's been around for 120 years with the hope starting off of keeping kids out of the juvenile justice system. And so our programs go beyond that. Our hope is that they grow emotionally, behaviorally, and educationally, but starting from a place of we want kids to be making good decisions and not seeing them in that detention center.
To touch on our programming a little bit, so we have a couple different options for our programs for our families and for our volunteers. Traditionally, as we mentioned earlier, we started in that one-to-one mentoring style, but we are expanding beyond that. So with the one-to-one, we do have a site-based mentoring program as well as a community-based mentoring program. Site-based mentoring is really exciting that we've been able to expand that into our high school BIGS mentoring program. So what we're doing is we're working with our local high schools and having those high school students serve as the BIGS, as the mentors, and they're working with the youth within those mentoring relationships. So they have littles, the schools have been outstanding to work with. Right now we're working with specifically Richwoods High School has been really great to work with, Illini Bluffs, and we're working on expanding beyond that as well. It also helps the students with time management skills and things like that. So really successful program so far, but during that time, those matches can work on homework, play games, just kind of sit and chat, whatever it is that they're able to do in a 30-minute lunch period. And then we also have that general community-based style mentoring program. So that's what I feel like people typically think of with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So the volunteer is picking the little up from their home, and they're going out into the community and partaking in different activities that they all enjoy. The nice thing about it is we do match based off similar interests, similar personalities. So we really dive in to get to know all the people that we're enrolling into the program, just so we can make sure we're forming those solid match connections that will hopefully expand beyond the 1-year time requirement.
So in our programs, we have the youth take a child outcome survey or a youth outcome survey, and they do that before joining the program and then yearly after. So we could have statistics on the ways in which they are growing. Nationally brings together all of those stats as well, and there's some really incredible impacts that mentoring has on youth from what we've found. So first of all, it's good for young people. That's gonna be the first thing you're likely gonna think about when you think about mentoring, but it goes far beyond that. It's good for the economy and it's good for society. So I won't read all of these, but there's so much behind the good impact that it has. But for young people, they are 2 times more likely to enroll in post-secondary education. The economy, there's a 3-to-1 return for every $1 invested in mentoring. And good for society, there's a 20% increase in upward economic mobility through expanded social networks. We see that every day. Kids that wouldn't have connections to internships or to meet different people are meeting those because they have a mentor. They would never have met this person before, but now they can because they have that Big Brothers Big Sisters mentor. There's a really cool study done by the U.S. Department of Treasury and Harvard that specifically studied Big Brothers Big Sisters programs. It was a 30-year study, so we could see the impact over a long period of time on youth. And they found that Big Brothers Big Sisters littles earn 15% more over their lifetime. They close the economic gap by 2/3. So what that means is they're 2/3 more like their mentor than that of their family beforehand. So right now we have 72% of the kids in our programs living below the poverty line. So our mentors are pulling them out of poverty, which is just amazing. And then finally, they're 20% more likely to enroll in college. So we're trying to get them to go to college. There's plenty of other amazing routes in the trades, but they're more likely to go to get that degree, and that is exciting.
To touch on some of the stats of the youth that we currently serve, most of the kids that are enrolled into our program, it's pretty split even between young women and young men, but right now 77% of our wait list is specifically boys waiting for a big brother. We can match some young men with big sisters, but these boys, they want to be matched with a big brother. Some of them might lack a consistent male role model at home. So our goal is to find those big brothers that we can pair them with that will serve as significant role models in their lives. 45% of our youth served are boys, 65% youth are raised by a single parent, 10% are raised by a grandparent, and then we have 80% minority youth served as well. When it comes to the youth that enroll into our program, we don't do any recruitment for any of the children that we serve. It's all through word of mouth. It's all through the schools referring these students to us, so we don't do any recruitment. We do get a lot of families that enroll and things like that. So that's kind of the demographic that we're currently serving. Everyone that does enroll in our process has to go through a brief enrollment process, since child safety is, of course, our #1 priority. So all volunteers and littles have to fill out an application, do an in-person interview with someone from our team. Volunteers do have to do a brief online volunteer training, as well as a criminal background check, DCFS check, and then we have to do reference calls as well. So it kind of seems like a lot, but we typically do get volunteers through the process pretty quickly. Our goal is to do that at least just because we do have over 100 kids currently on our wait list. So our goal is to get the volunteers through the process as quick as possible so we can get them matched up.
So there are so many different ways to get involved in the program. Of course, the first thing we're going to think about is becoming a big. We have that long wait list. We're looking for bigs to join our site-based program, meeting with kids during school, community-based program, picking them up outside of school. Our high school bigs program is a really exciting, growing program. We worked a lot of times with the Interact clubs, which is exciting as a Rotarian. And so we're just excited for those ways to grow. So if you would like to become a big, or you know someone that might be interested in that, please let us know. We do offer other one-time volunteer opportunities for events that we have. We have an amazing board. Actually, one of our board members is here, so ask Dave Poles if you have any questions. He's also an amazing big, so just a good resource for all of this. Monthly donors, fundraising events. We have our Bull for Kids' Sake event coming up in April. Would love to see some Rotary members come out to that. It's really fun. It's just you fundraise, you do peer-to-peer, so you can make your own page, encourage your friends and family to give, and once you raise $100, you have a day of bowling, and we have pizza, we have a DJ, we have raffles. We make it really fun. So I'd love to see you guys there in April. We have multiple different sessions on different days. And then coordinating lunch and learn. So with that long wait list that we have, the biggest thing we need is just more exposure to potential volunteers. So if you think your company or a company that you know of or connected with in some way might have some people that could be good bigs, having Hannah or I come and just talk about what we do is so helpful in getting more of the word out there. So feel free to grab one of us after if you think that you might be interested in something along those lines, because we would love to come chat.
That's it. So thank you guys all again so much. We are really excited to be here today. We do want to, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Also, this is a QR code. If you are interested in just taking the big leap to becoming a big, please do so. Also, if you don't want to make the full commitment, we would be happy just to connect with you one-to-one, and answer any questions that you might have one-to-one as well. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah.
First, I wanted to thank both of you for coming in and talking and sharing with us. I had two questions. I already lost one of them. That's part of the senior thing. But do you have, I know you have the fundraisers, but do you have anything set up in place for the mentors where they can connect and share ideas? Because I know there's...
Yes, we do. So we have big retreat days is what we call them, and they're just an opportunity to bring bigs together, thank them for what they do. We did one recently at CXT. We just had coffee and pastries. We had an opportunity for bigs to bring up questions, maybe hard questions they have from their little or scenarios that they struggle with, to just come together as a community of other mentors and talk more about it. So we try and have those maybe a couple of times a year. We'd love to do it more like quarterly, to just have that more, that community more available to people. We also have, through events, try and connect bigs with each other. We have a handful of bigs that when they go out and do things, they go as a little group sometimes, because it's kind of fun to have another adult mentor and have the kids become friends. And so that's always an option as well.
Okay, good. I didn't want to hog the microphone, but I actually thought of the other question I had and came up with a third. So, do you ever see, or is it possible if, like, there are two kids, maybe siblings, where you have one big brother have two little brothers, or do you have one-to-one?
That's a good question. I would say that definitely leads more to like our group style mentoring program that we just recently started last year. So right now we're serving kids specifically on our wait list, but we're also kind of helping with the sibling aspect of things. We like to make sure that we're kind of keeping it where we're pairing them one-to-one, just so they can, get to know each other and trust one another. But occasionally siblings are more than welcome to join in on outings as well. It's unfortunate when it comes to siblings because we can't match based off of first come, first serve, rather than the similar interests and personalities. So yeah, that's a great question.
Okay. And the last question, which is maybe it's more of a comment, but I know the Holt Center, I've worked with them in the past. I don't know if you've gone in there and spoken to anybody, or gotten, because they have outside groups that come in sometimes rather than just educators, so there's a lot of crossover. But also after COVID, the OSHA program, or Ollie at Bradley, has lowered the age range. There are a lot of working professionals and people there, so that'd be something to consider if you want to get your name out there.
Yeah, definitely. Sweet. Thank you.
Mine is more of a comment, I guess, than anything. First of all, one thing we've talked about at great length in our club too is being part of our community, the challenges our community faces. And my personal journey with my little, I've seen him grow from grade school into middle school, or from grade school into high school, and it's been a phenomenal growth. it takes a while to get to know them. I've also been able to touch base and kind of work with the family a little bit too. And so we talk a lot about things we can do to make a difference, whether it's our service in this great club, but also in the community itself, and I've seen that. And then finally, my second part of that too is this staff. If you're ever looking for an organization to be involved with, from our board, we so appreciate the staff members because they work really hard. And I saw that in evidence last night, our mentoring program once a week. So again, as I told them earlier too, I defy description, right? You don't have to be young to be a big, and I do not qualify as being young, but the growth you need. So if you're ever even considering looking, how can I make the city a better place? How can I make lives of kids a better place? Big Brothers Big Sisters, definitely. And so we thank you for the work you do.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. One thing I want to add that Dave was reflecting on last week, we were chatting about this, that you kind of alluded to, but I love that you're able to do in your match is not only do you meet with your little, but you're able to kind of mentor the parents as well. You get to know them really well, and so I wouldn't say don't discount yourself if you think maybe I'm a little bit older, because you actually might have even more of an impact, not only being the mentor to the little, but being able to meet with, talk with the parent as well.
Quick one from me. I know that you do a lot of research and follow your littles as they become bigs, or bigger. I don't think they're bigs yet, but in any case, what kind of positive impact has it had toward high school graduation? And then, of course, it said something in there about how many of them went on to higher education. And how far do you track them as they move through the lifestyles?
Yeah.
I could respond on the high school graduation part. So each year we'll track the amount of our seniors who are graduating, and often we're between 100 and 97% are graduating, which is so much higher than many of the schools in the area. And so that's amazing. We also take, in our survey, ask them their confidence in graduating high school. So they might be a little bit younger, but I remember the last stat that I saw on that was 97% were confident they were going to graduate high school, which many of these kids come in struggling with school. They might not be certain that they're going to. And so we do have that impact as well. As far as maintaining connection with them, I think our hope is to continually reach back out to alumni to be able to ask them questions, run surveys. It's kind of dependent on if we're able to get some of that data once they graduate the program. Obviously, Big Brothers Big Sisters of America helped us get that really awesome study with a few partners, but for us, we're trying to stay connected with alumni through their big as well and track them there. But there's not really an amount of time designated, I'd say, we have for that, unless it's just trying to keep in touch for years to come.
I think a couple of the nice things too about the high school bigs program specifically is that we're noticing at our local agency that a lot of the littles that are being paired with the high school students are wanting to take the step when they get to high school to become the high school mentors themselves. And then with the mentors, the high school students, they're wanting to, if they're going off to college or whatever it is that they want to do, take the step to become a college big. So it's just kind of trending in that way, we've noticed. So just a really fun thing to know as well. Yes.
It's heart of Illinois, so where is your territory?
Great question.
Yeah, so we serve Peoria, Tazewell, Woodford, Knox, Fulton, and now recently, as of this year, McLean County. We just took over. So we're really excited to start serving Bloomington Normal area, and obviously all the surrounding areas. And just there's so many kids there that could benefit from it. And so we're looking to growing there.
How are you able to do that with such a small team? Can you talk about the team at Big Brothers Big Sisters and where you're located?
Yeah. Dave touched on it. I mean, I could say endless amount of great things about our team. Our staff is phenomenal. We have a very small team, and right now we're located in Peoria. We have a couple people that work outside the Peoria area, so we have like a Fulton County site manager who's also helping with Knox at the moment. And then we have someone who specifically we just hired part-time over in McLean County to help with that. But primarily our staff is located in the Peoria area. We're a small but mighty team, and all of us are extremely passionate about the work that we do. So, great question. Yeah.